Lo, children are a heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. Psalm 127 verse 3. The Life Source Child Development Foundation has come to be under the vision and leadership of Olukayode Peyton, who is a pastor, an entrepreneur, and a banker, and Olurunfemi Peyton, who is a pastor and a consultant pediatrician working with an international oil and gas company.
My wife and I, we had been thinking of how we can give back to society. It's our only way of contributing to ensuring that orphans also have a hope.
Life Source Child Development Foundation was set up by my husband and I to bring a future and a hope to children who would otherwise have a hopeless future.
For many years, the vision for LSCDF persisted and went through different stages of incubation, painstaking planning, design, and execution.
Somehow we had done a lot of groundwork just before we got into this, and so we knew exactly what we were getting ourselves into. I'd been around to different orphanages to know their best practices, to know what exactly the cost implication of what we were doing. Initially, we struggled to find the kind of facility that we were looking for, and so it kind of took us over 6 months to find this place.
Today, a lifelong dream is being fulfilled and has become the cynosure of all eyes.
For those that know me and my background, I lost my father at the age of 4. I lost my mother at the age of 13. I was raised by my uncle, so I was given the opportunity to have what I was denied by faith or by life. It has made a lot of difference in my life. I believe that I could also help others the way I've been helped. It's something my wife also believes in.
For as long as I can remember, I've been so passionate about children. I'll tell you a true story. I was 9 months old and I accidentally swallowed a pin. As I struggled for breath, it became obvious that I needed surgery. My chest was cut open and the pin was taken out. But while I was recuperating from surgery, my parents had to travel. As we were on the vessel, I took a turn for the worse and I started breathing in a way that it became clear that if there wasn't any divine intervention, that I would die. My parents cried a whole lot. And then my father looked up to God and he made a promise. He said, God, if you spare her life, she will live to help other children. And here I am today. This story wasn't told to me until after I had made a choice to become a children's doctor. And while I was training to become a pediatrician, I met my husband, and he also had a dream to set up an orphanage one day in the future. And that future is now.
Life Source Child Development Foundation was registered in Nigeria as a not-for-profit, non-governmental organization on the 6th of July 2015 with the Nigerian Corporate Affairs Commission. Since then it became a legal entity with the powers and authority to carry out the purpose for which it was established, which are to bring a future and hope to vulnerable, disadvantaged, orphaned and at-risk children. LSCDF brings comprehensive care and wholeness to children without a bright future.
The vision is to actually help orphaned, vulnerable, abandoned children, strict children, to give them a future that ordinarily they might not have gotten.
Our vision is to transform the lives of orphans, vulnerable children, children who are disadvantaged, children who are at risk, children who need our help through parenting, provision of food, shelter, healthcare, education, development opportunities. The main thing is to bring comprehensive care and wholeness to children who would otherwise have a deleterious future.
LSCDF has its offices and orphanage located in the highbrow Lekki Phase 1 estate in Lagos, Nigeria. The home boasts of a large indoor play area for children, a dining area, a lounge, a large and sophisticated kitchen area, a sick bay, 2 large and well-fitted children rooms, staff rooms and an outdoor playpen filled with toys. It is a safe haven where children and other occupants can live and feel at home.
The facility is like a 5-bedroom house with 2 BQs. Some of those rooms would be for staff. We have a store, we have a well-equipped kitchen, we have a play area for the children because we strongly believe in outdoor play and helping in developing their motor skills. The plan is to homeschool at the moment, so we have a lot of learning materials, we have a lot of toys, we have a lot of puzzles for the children by requirement. We have a secret play in the house as well.
We hope that most of the children that will come into the home will be able to get them into good homes where they will grow up. But I have a feeling that some of them might remain in the home for some time. So when you're taking up a project like this, you have to think the long term, because if those children are not adopted, they might end up being trained up to university level by the foundation. It's something that we are going into it, not without some thought. It's an expensive venture, but we believe that ultimately it will work out, and some of these children will turn out to be people that will be of benefit to Nigeria.
With the huge population of Nigeria at about 190 million people, and about half of her population being between 0 to 15 years of age, and the attendant economic challenges that has rendered most families unable to care for their loved ones, coupled with the decreasing life expectancy of the average Nigerian, interventions of this kind is of increasing necessity.
Nigeria is a hugely populous country. The number of children between 0 and 15 years of age is about 50 to 55% of the whole population. So there are many families in need. Children are becoming orphaned also because of the short life expectancy in males and in females. So there is a dire need in Nigeria for us to do something, and if we leave it to the government alone, we will not succeed.
LSCDF is a legacy project set to outlive its founders, and continue the great and impactful works of the founders much after they might have transitioned beyond this earthly realm. The foundation has brought many people on board to create better value, greater impact, and synergy.
And we have trained staff, hopefully also with the help of volunteers, who actually would help teach the children.
LSCDF is a people-based organization, and her strength lies in her staff and volunteer workforce led by Mrs. Idovu Muradio, the executive manager of LSCDF. The team is hugely committed to caring for orphaned and at-risk children.
Made a lot of effort in ensuring that we've hired not just capable hands, but we've done police background checks. They had to do fingerprinting. They brought in their guarantors. Just taking them through the screening process, because every life that we take care of counts and matters to us.
Mrs. Idowu Muradio, the executive manager of the foundation, has been a key driving force in our current level of success. She's done amazing. So all these things coming together have already created tremendous impact, and I know that it will do that into the future.
LSCDF as a foundation goes beyond being an orphanage. It is also involved in women empowerment, healthcare, and education.
We're starting with an orphanage as our first project. It is our aim in the future to have a clinic, to have a school, to have a women's empowerment center. Our plan is also to empower the women so that in the first place we don't even have children on the streets. We believe if families are stronger, if families are empowered, children will be taken good care of. They would have access to good health, education, food, shelter, and all the basic necessities for life.
The foundation is starting off with an orphanage, but we're going to go beyond caring for children to provide empowerment for their caregivers. Empowering women is one thing that I'm really passionate about. I've done this for about 15 years, and it's such a delight to see somebody who would not have an opportunity now walk into their divine destiny.
This laudable effort has consistently been funded by the dynamic duo of Pastors Kayode and Femi Peden, but now the opportunity exists for willing hearts, minds, and hands to come on board with their financial resources, their materials, and their time. Bearing in mind that whatever you do to the least of humanity is being done for the Lord.
As at now, the money comes from the family, from myself and my wife. We are the sponsors to date. We've had a few donations of a few materials, but as at now, close to 100% of the funding comes from us.
So far, we've been funded primarily 95% by my husband and I, but we're hoping to actually open up opportunities for individuals and organizations to give in cash, in kind, to give of their time, because this is so important for sustainability. It's not a one-man effort or two-man effort. It's everybody pulling together.
As you join us, you become a part of those solving the problems of Nigeria and the Nigerian child. Life Source Child Development Foundation. Touching lives. Restoring hope.